Today I'm making this beautiful, flaky, super soft and delicious meat pie. Just look how lovely it is. See how it crackles and all these beautiful layers. Start by putting 700 grams of all-purpose flour in a bowl and add 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix this a little with a spoon. Make a well in the center where you add 2 grams of dry yeast or about 10 grams of fresh yeast. Add 200 milliliters of water. Mix this a little, just until the yeast dissolves. This amount of yeast won't make the dough rise, like when making sourdough, and will just soften the dough. Then add 2 tablespoons of oil and continue mixing. 700 grams of flour, 400 milliliters of water, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of oil. With a little yeast is the recipe for this dough. Yeast is not usually added when making pies or burek. I mean, it's most often not added, but this is a different approach. For someone making it for the first time, it's simpler and easier. Precisely because of the yeast that will soften the dough. So even if it's a bit thick somewhere or you don't roll it out well, the yeast will fix it all. Now continue kneading the dough until all the flour is incorporated. Remove the bowl and clear this space. Place the dough on the work surface and continue kneading. I won't knead it for long, just until everything is evenly combined. Oh, my cutting board is a bit warped. It's not warped, it's old, probably 100 years old. So when they ask, where did you get that board? I have no idea. It was my grandmother's, and she probably found it in the attic. So it is with this board. I have a newer one, but it lacks this edge. So it slides on the table. That's it for the mixing. The dough is quite soft and a little sticky. Sprinkle a little flour. Cover with the cloth and let it rest for 10 minutes. Remove the cloth, lift the dough, then knead it gently. Knead for about 30 seconds to a minute. It should remain soft. A little more, and that's it. About this much. And now you see how smooth the dough is. It was quite rough when we left it. Now divide it into 4 parts. See which part is a bit bigger. Add it to the smaller one. And shape them into balls. You don't need to do anything special with this. Just tuck the outer edges inward. If you want, you can twist the sides to seal it better. I'm doing it aside. There's flour here. With lots of flour, it flies around the table. It won't stick a little, making it easy to seal. Twist these 2 as well. And then we'll place them here. I'll take some flour and place one of the balls. Then I'll roll it out a bit with a rolling pin. Like this, approximately. And set it aside. I'll do the same with all 4 dough balls. I've sprinkled flour on top so they don't stick. Then let them rest for another 10 minutes. I've softened 125 grams of butter here, which I'll mix with 50 milliliters of oil. I'll mix everything until combined, then use this mixture to brush the dough. Sprinkle flour on the table. Then place the first piece of dough. Sprinkle plenty of flour on this piece. Then place the second piece of dough on top. Sprinkle more flour on top. A bit on the edges too. And now roll them out together. Why roll them out together? Because when rolled together, these layers will be thinner. Flip it over. And lift it like this to see if I have enough flour. It shouldn't stick anywhere. If it sticks, be sure to sprinkle flour on that spot. And now place this top piece and roll them out together again. Flip this other side. Sprinkle flour on top again. And place the dough on top again. Spread it out nicely. And continue rolling. It's very important that the dough doesn't stick to itself. If it sticks and you can't separate it, then work with 2 layers. Roll them out as much as you can. Remove the first layer. Set it aside. Then shake the second one to remove excess flour. Look how beautiful and big it is. Then spread 1/4 of the butter and oil mixture on it. Spread it as much as you can. Fold to the middle. To the middle. Then this part here. Then like this. I'll place this on a tray. And now, repeat the same rolling process with the remaining 2 dough parts. Place the last dough part here. Sprinkle with flour. Place plastic wrap on top. Cover with a cloth and refrigerate for 30 to 60 minutes. Next is making the filling, which can be absolutely anything you like. I'm making it with meat because why would I just whip up cheese and relax? I like it complicated, so I'm making it with meat. I'm intentionally cutting the onion a bit coarsely. Not firewood, I'll saute it. And when I saute onions, I don't need them finely chopped. We chop finely for salads or for certain uses, or when I need the onion to saute very quickly. But now I'm not rushed, so it's relaxed. Larger onion pieces are also tastier in meat pie or burek. Place the onion in the pan and take everything to the heat. I'll add oil. I added 2 tablespoons of oil to the onion. I'll also add a slightly larger pinch of salt. I'll use medium to high heat. And let it all saute together. Salt will help the onion release excess water. If you want the onion to saute even better, to be even softer, add a little water. Add between 50 and 100 milliliters. And now let it all cook together. After about 10 minutes, pour in another small shot of water and add the ground meat. I have 650 grams here. The amount you add can be to your preference. Now I'll add about 1 tablespoon of seasoning. And half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of pepper. Again, add this to your taste. I'll add a little parsley. I know it's not traditional, but this is how I make this part. Those who follow can omit it, of course. I've mixed enough, so I'll set this aside. The meat has released its juices, so I'll continue to saute it until all this excess water evaporates. Water evaporated. Time to remove it from heat. The preparation time is between 20 and 30 minutes. We have just enough time to sit down before we take the dough out of the fridge. Immediately transfer the meat to a container where it will cool quickly. You can do the sautéing part earlier, even a whole day ahead, and refrigerate it. It's important not to use it hot when making the pie. Let it cool for a few minutes, then come back and stir again. We've taken the dough out of the fridge. Place it on a lightly floured work surface. Then sprinkle a little flour on top, and then roll it out. Roll it out to form a square. And now, place 1/4 of the filling in the center. That's about it. Bring these edges together in the middle. Especially these ends here. And set it aside. Now I'll take the second piece of dough and roll it out exactly the same way. Make 2 pieces like this previous one. And I'll transfer this part aside. Sprinkle flour again and place the next piece of dough. Distribute 1/4 here as well. I've rolled this dough out a bit larger, and now I'll show you why. Because I'll place this in the center. I shouldn't have put it like that, but the other way around, like this. The side facing down. But oh well, what's done is done. Then a little meat here too. And now from all sides. Close it up. Press down a little with your hand. Take a greased baking pan. Then flip it over. Press down with your hand and set it aside to rest while we make the second pie. The pie rests while the second one is rolled out. Or the oven preheats. You can now use regular oil for brushing. Turn on the oven to preheat to 200 degrees and let the pie rest for that amount of time. The oven has preheated, so I'm taking the first pie to bake. The first pie is baked. Baking time is about 40 minutes. You can, or you don't have to, brush it with a little oil as soon as it's baked. Immediately after, place the second pie to bake. The second pie is not ready yet, but I want to show you how this one looks. Look. More beautiful torn by hand in a rustic way. Flaky, beautiful, tender. Enjoy.